Hi guys, happy new year. Welcome to 2025. It's been an interesting year actually. So since I know the year just started, but it's been interesting. So between my last video and today, so the last portfolio video I put out for the year last year, talking about dividends and stuff, and today I actually made some changes because I realized that I could take this portfolio a bit more seriously and make a bit more money, actually. And one of the first rules in that sense is making sure that I am not sentimental, right? So, in terms of not being sentimental, which I think is very important, the first thing I did was yes, I got rid of my Nestle stock because I realized that let's actually take this seriously and let's actually see where we could grow this over the course of the year. And it has paid off. So, let's get into it, right? As you know, I had Nestle, I had some few things before and all that stuff. You can check previous portfolio videos. But starting off this year, this is as at the first Friday of the year, right? This is where the market closed at, right? So I sold off my Nestle. As I said, I took a loss of 39K. I just took the L and I moved on. But it turned out to be a fantastic decision because I sold it and I added a bit more money and I moved my entire 39K loss into Cornerstone. So between last year and now, I think I had, what did I write? Yeah, I had 14,000 Cornerstone as at last portfolio video. But as at today, I have 93,000, which has been a fantastic buy because Cornerstone itself is up 43% between when I bought it and now, which is my Elo, my Nestle was fantastic, but it was made up for by my Cornerstone gains, right? I also bought a bit more Jais Bank, which was a good buy as well. I moved up from I think about 18,000 to 32,000 right now. And then I took a bet. So there's a new member to this portfolio, which is UACN, right? So years ago, I had livestock feeds and UACN and livestock, they both play in that animal feeds area of like the manufacturing space. But UACN also has some more businesses, right? I think they have logistics. Hold on, let me be sure. Yeah, they have manufacturing services, logistics, warehousing. Basically, that's agricultural space, right? So I'm taking a bigger bet on the agric space this year because everybody that you talk to will tell you cost of feeding for chickens, for cows, for all those kind of things, they've gone up, which means somebody is making slightly more money. And considering now that most people are not really buying dollars to import and all that kind of stuff, this is an opportunity, right? Similar with what we saw with Okomu last year. I mean, palm oil, right? So looking at the animal feed space, I took a gamble there. So let's put it this way. The gamble I took was USCN, Cornerstone, and Jais. So total portfolio cost as at first Friday of the year, we're looking at 470,000, which is not bad. So part of my goals for this year is I want to see if I can grow this portfolio to a 1 million naira portfolio so I can start shouting that I'm a millionaire, right? Although in naira, it doesn't really mean much, but it's something. Um, so currently I've spent 470,000, but as at close of business, we're worth 640K, which is a huge 36% jump, right? Something fantastic is happening. I don't know what exactly it is. I mean, it's the insurance sector. And if you can see, my distribution is heavy on Cornerstone, which for now, for now, for now, let's just say it's risky because I'm heavily exposed to the insurance sector. But I'm taking a big bet on insurance, right, this year. And let me explain a bit further. So, what I'm doing this year is I'm going to make some, what do you call them now? I'm going to make heavy concentrated bets this year. Will they pay off? We'll find out by December. If not, I might be crying. But as of today, I am not crying. So let me introduce you guys to my targets for 2025 since I'm now taking this seriously. So I'm looking at, let's start with, oh, I didn't even name this. This would be, I'll call this the manufacturing slash feeds. Okay. So let's start. Okomo, I am looking at getting up to 1,000 units, right? Let's see if that could work. I don't know how easy that would be because of the current price. Okomov's current price is 444 naira, which is a lot actually when you think about it. But I think it's I think it's achievable. What I'll do is I'll set a ceiling. I'm not buying anything higher than 450. So yeah, let's see. Like I mentioned, USC, and I'm targeting 10,000 units just because I want to see what can happen in that space. Another thing I want to do is I want to see if I can target some certain exit prices, right? So, for instance, for USCN, you can see my personal analysis here. Let's start again. Okomo dividend, as always, from last year. USCN capital appreciation. So, what I'm chasing is I'm currently at an average cost of 31 naira 90 kobo, right? That's my current. No, sorry, give me a second. Hide that real quick. Okay, yeah. So my USCN costs me 32 naira 59 and I have 1,000 units. I'm aiming for 10,000 units this year. However, I have an exit price because this one I'm not holding it throughout, like I'm not holding it in perpetuity. I'm actually targeting an exit price here. So my exit price for USCN is 50 naira. If it gets to 50 naira, I'm selling. And I'm not buying it more than 35 naira. So that should be 15 naira per unit. So if I can average that by maybe Q3 and sell off in Q4 or something at 50 naira, I should be good. Bua Foods, as always, the price is starting to run away from me now because Bua is currently 415 naira. I don't know if I'll buy anything more than 450 again, similar to Okomo. UBA, because anywhere that you find Tony Elumelu, there's dividends. And that's what I'm doing this year, right? So I'm looking at seeing if I can get 10,000 units of UBA. I don't know how easy it will be, right? And again, I've not put the prices of those things here because I've not yet bought them, so I'm not actively monitoring them. But because it's like a long-term thing, UBA had the highest dividend yield last year for I think any stock on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. They had the best dividend yield. So I was thinking it might be a good addition this year to have UBA in the portfolio and see where that goes. So yeah, that's why that's there. There's dividend, there's capital appreciation. Depending, I'll do a bit more analysis as the year goes on and see what my exit price would be. But I think the UBA is a good stock. Jais, as I've mentioned, I'm in it for the long haul. This is actually more of dividends. Access Bank, because it's access, I'm targeting 50,000 units this year. Again, this is very ambitious. I don't know if this is possible, but we have 365 days, right? So let's see. Stanbic also in the banking sector, and finally Fidelity. So Stanbic and Fidelity did what do you call that thing they did last year? They all did their rights issue, and I bought Fidelity rights because I had it somewhere in another portfolio. So I'm thinking of adding it to this one to see if I can make up 50,000 units, and then we move, right? I think Fidelity is one of the better performing banks in Nigeria, and they also have good dividend yields. Stanbic, because I personally think Stanbic is an underpriced bank. So if you look at Stanbic, right, they have a lot of things. In fact, one of the major mutual funds I buy is Stanbic's mutual funds, right? So Stanbic has a lot of things. They have their pension funds, they have all that. But I think it's only valued, it's currently 50 something naira. I think there's space for growth there. So let's see. Let's see. That's why I'm looking at Stanbic, but only 10,000 units because I'm trying to be a little bit cautious. So let's move to healthcare. May Baker, as you know, I'm in it for the dividends. I'll see if I can up my holdings to 50,000 units this year. Again, very ambitious, considering I'm on 3,250. But here's the thing. It's not that I have to hit this by the end of December. If I don't hit it, we'll see where we are as at December. We'll reevaluate and see if we do that for 2026. But, it's always good to set very, very ambitious goals and see how far we can go. MTN, because I don't know if you guys noticed, but the telcos said that they are pushing to double tariffs. Looking at what MTN did last year, they've actually done a good job. Everybody was hit with the, what do you call it now, the FX devaluation and stuff. They took losses. However, I saw that they were renegotiating their terms for their tower leases. They were able to sort out a lot of that, which I think was good. And I think I trust in Carl and his team So, and then again, they are the market leader. Like, I think it's like 70% of market share in telco is MTN. Then there's the Momo aspects. There's all these things. I think it's going to be a good buy. It has peaked at 250 before. Currently, I think it's 200 naira. But yeah, I'm looking to buy MTN if I can get like 1,000 units. If I can see like a 20-30% gain on MTN, then I'm likely to sell. All right. And then MRS. So I put MRS here before I saw the news that Adova and who was it? I can't remember the other person. I've also started buying from Dangote directly. So MRS is here because December they said that they were going to start buying fuel from Dangote directly, which I thought would be a nice backward integration. Or no, vertical integration. Which one is it? Vertical. Yeah, because Dangote has his refinery. So obviously, if he now has somebody buying directly for him, that looks like a good buy for the stock markets. But from just general conversations and all that stuff, I think people don't like MRS as a company. So it's risky because would their goodwill translate into the stock market, or will it just be one of those where it's like, yeah, they like Dangote, but we don't like MRS. So I don't know yet. I do have a target of 1,000. What I will do is I will look at other people who partner with Dangote throughout the year and see who might be a better buy. In insurance, I'm going big on insurance this year. So I'm aiming for Cornerstone to hit 400,000, currently on 93. Let's see how far that goes. I'm looking to get Guinea Insurance and I'm looking to get Mansard. So fun thing, December last year, December 1st, before I made my dividend video, I had decided to go heavy on Guinea Insurance, right? So this was when I was looking at the insurance sector and all that stuff. This is what pains me. Guinea Insurance at the time I checked was 60 kobo, and I bid 60 kobo for 1,000 units. They didn't answer me. I bid 62 kobo for 10,000 units. Nobody sold. Tell me why. I looked at the market as I close of business on Friday, and Guinea Insurance is trading at 95 kobo. I'm losing my shit. I could have made 30 kobo per share already. That's like 30% gain. No, sorry, that's like 50% gain if I wanted to buy it at 60, if I had seen it at 60. That's quite painful. But what I will do is I will see if I can bid 1 naira this coming week and if I can get a few units, because I really think insurance sector is going to run rowdy this year. Mostly speculation, also the fact that they want to what's that thing they even want to do? They want to increase their capital base, which is now required by law. They want to do a lot of stuff. Then because of the FX devaluation in Nigeria, a lot of the insurance companies, they've revalued the things they're insuring and they're now technically worth more because, dollar has gone up, naira has come down. So technically, blah, blah, blah. So that's what is pushing the insurance sector. But there's also a huge speculation where people like me or people that have way more money than me, institutional investors are saying, we think this sector might go up. Let's buy 100 million units, a billion units, or whatever down and see what happens. So that's what I think is driving the insurance sector. You can see here I have Mansard and Guinea under capital appreciation. Again, if I can get Guinea Insurance early before it starts to run extremely wild, I plan to take profit at a 50% gain. I'm not really holding that for life. And again, this is the thing with gain, right? You might see it and say, why are you going to settle for 50%, blah, 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 blah. Because of the way I invest, right? I would buy, let's assume I had gotten my Guinea Insurance. I got 250,000 units at 60 kobo. Once the thing goes up to a 50% gain, I always pull out my capital and leave whatever is there to appreciate. It's my own way of being, hedging, because it's all risk assessment and all that. So that's what I'm aiming for this year for Mansard and for Guinea. If I can get them, see, I have an exit price of a 50% appreciation. I think it will do that over the course of the year. And then, we'll reevaluate again in December. And then whatever I pull out, I'll probably pull it back into things like Cornerstone or UBA that I'm trying, or Access that I'm trying to do for the long term, or even Okomo. You see? Another reason that I sold my Nestle was because I realized Okomo was better. And I think I'm now emotionally attached to that company. I don't know why. But anyways, that is a bit of what I'm looking at to buy this year. You can see my variance. I'm getting somewhere with my cornerstone. I've gotten 23% of what I want. I've not started buying UBA and all those. That's why they're at 100, at 97% access core. So I've only got 3% of my target and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I think it's been a good start to the year so far. The portfolio is currently up 36%. So starting the year with a 36% gain is amazing, right? Let's see how the rest of the year goes. I will try to actively take this seriously, like this year, and see how much money we could make. And yeah, hopefully you guys would enjoy this as much as I enjoy making them. So again, happy new year, guys. See you in a bit.